Hi. Thanks for sitting down with me. So,
My pleasure, my pleasure.
tell me your name.
My name's Melissa Musgrove.
And Melissa and I are good friends.
Yes.
We met years ago in the wedding industry.
Yes.
And you're here today volunteering for us.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for asking.
Yeah, I really appreciate it.
I'm glad I was able to do it.
Yeah. It's a fun day
Yeah.
getting to talk to people.
Yeah. This is interesting. I think the whole concept is really fantastic. So it's funny to be sitting in this seat and I'm trying to, as I'm talking to you, I'm already trying to think, all right, what was a story with my mom? Because my mom was, my mother worked full time. She was an RN. And so she wasn't home a lot of the time, really. But interestingly, I was really close to her. Like I felt I was one of the lucky ones. I felt like I had a really great mom. But the funny thing is my older sister felt exactly the opposite. Wow. So how do you come from the same home, right? And you feel totally different things. And actually it wasn't until probably last year when my older brother said, our parents were never really involved in us growing up. We sort of raised ourselves because both parents worked. And I think it was kind of a hands-off culture back then. You sent the kids out in the morning, and as long as they were home for dinner, that's that was kind of it.
They were on their own.
So, I think I might have fantasized that maybe there was more there than there actually was. But I do have a cute little story that I was probably 14 because I was going into high school my freshman year, and I was super, super skinny. And I used to just always, so this is in the early 70s, and I'm wearing the same pair of Levi's every day, and they were kind of baggy, just hang down off my hips, and a man's T-shirt with the pocket. I mean, that was the look for, we weren't quite hippies then. We were just a little past that era, I guess. But that was my dress code. And I never asked for anything from my parents, really. And you know what? I never got anything. I shouldn't say that, but, at Christmas we'd each get a gift, that kind of thing. But I can't ever remember, going to the mall with my mom to go shopping for clothes or any of that. But there was this one memory I have, probably because maybe it was the only time.
Stands out.
That we went to the mall. It was the Cherry Hill Mall in New Jersey, and I wanted to get a pair of platform shoes because they were just coming into style. And, here I have these twiggly, skinny, very skinny legs. And I hardly ever wore a dress for that reason, to sort of hide them. And we're in the shoe store, and we're trying on these platforms, and I'm looking in the mirror, and, here are these sticks in these giant shoes. And I'm just not finding anything, and I'm starting to feel sad, because at 14, I'm now really becoming aware of my body that's getting a little more womanly. And I'm looking in the mirror, and I was like, just nothing looks good on me. My legs are so skinny, and I start going on and on about how skinny my legs are. And my mother says, "Skinny? Well, you've got the legs of a racehorse. Those are racehorse legs. Do you know how?" And she goes on and on about how beautiful in detail and how lucky I am to have the legs of a racehorse, that I was it just changed my whole thought about my legs.
Wow.
And because, even though I knew nothing about racehorses, or really even horses in general, other than what they look like, but the way she described, what a fantastic thing it would be to, to have a racehorse legs.
Yeah.
That she changed my mindset about my legs. And so we bought the shoes, which were clunky and awful. I think they were in style just before Earth shoes came into style.
Okay.
But as we're leaving the store, and she said, "And by the way, when you're 50, you'll be so glad that you had these skinny legs, because you'll have the best legs of all your friends."
Wow, she set you up for years of feeling good about your legs.
And you know what? My legs are my favorite feature to this day.
That's
awesome. My mama's story.
Aww.
But it was funny because I remember watching an Oprah Winfrey show back in the day, and she was talking about a teacher who commented on her lips because she felt like her lips were too big, and, and the teacher said, "Oh, oh no, you've got the lips like a bee stung lips. And the way she described having lips that were full because of being stung by a bee made Oprah feel so great about her lips.
Oh my gosh.
And it just occurs to me that words matter.
Words matter.
And that's why I think what you're doing here is so great, because they really do. Stories matter, and we all have them. I used to fantasize about having this show where, I don't know if anybody else would be interested in it, but you'd be at a cross section, of some streets, and that just randomly, as you pulled up to the stop sign, somebody would lean in with their microphone and you would tell them, where you were going or what you were doing, kind of thing. Just
that's cool.
That everybody has a story, right?
Oh, I love that.
And as you pass by people, you're not really thinking about that or who they are or where they came from or what they're doing or any of that. And, well, I probably get that because I think people are pretty fascinating, but
yeah, we should talk more about that. That's a really interesting idea. And I also think it's interesting that in both of those conversations, your mom and the racehorse and Oprah and her guest and the bees, those are both animal likenesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. And that
And the strength and the
for two young women, we could see the beauty in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Melissa, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, that was awesome.